Hello students, in this tutorial we are going to talk about the lighting, general lighting or probably day lighting in video rendering. So after setting the first renders, like you will go to the render and then you will set it. Once this render is set, then you will go to the top plan and you will set these two lights. Now what are these two lights? I will set them again. The first you will go to the V-Ray and then you will go to the lights, and in the light panel you will click on the sun creation panel. The moment you click on this, click on the manual control, hit OK and click in your top plan. So right now first I will see like where my camera is. So I will click on right click on R1, that is my view, and then set camera and then show camera. So once you click it, it will show you the camera in top plan. So this is my light. This is a parallel light. So basically the position of the light doesn't matter, but the direction of the light matters. So I need to set my direction. So right now it will be something like this, and it has to be something like this, because always the light should be came like from back of the camera or probably bit of perpendicular, but not from the back or front of the camera. It has to be from the back of camera. So once this light is set, so this is the sunlight that we have set right now, and we will click on the render button then. So go to video frame buffer, which is this one. So click on this option. It will render the scene for you. So in this way it will record it. So you can see it has like the gray kind of material here, and it has light blue sky, and rest everything is white. So how to achieve this blue color gradation at the back? So for that thing, what you need to do is you will go to the settings. I'm just stopping this render. So in the settings, click on CPU, and then interactive and progressive should be off. Click on the medium quality and then on your denoiser, and then go to camera, and your exposure value should be 15 or around 15. So after that, click on render output. So make your render around 1200 or probably 1000 in the height, and click on match viewport, so that it will match the viewport that you have right now. So whatever is shown on your window, it will be rendered here. And then environment, and click on background. So this is the texture slot, so click on this. So put sky here, as I've already mentioned in this one. So click change your light from Rhino document sun to sunlight, so that this is the sunlight that we have added later. So it is set in this one. Now again click to environment and go to your GI. Here again you have to set your sky and set your light to sunlight. So this is the process that you need to do. So after that you will get the result like this. So this is how it will give you the render. So now what we need to do is we have set our lights. Now we have to add the materials. So now how to add the materials? First of all, we will add the material to these pavers, or probably the brick texture at the back. So for doing so, first we will go to our asset editor, which is this one, and in this one what we are going to do is we will click to V-Ray asset editor, and we will go to the material editor. This is our material editor. I have already added a lot of materials here, but I am just giving you an introduction that how to add a new material. So click on this arrow which is shown here in the middle of this window. So there will be two options. One is to create the new material and use the material that you already have. So these are the materials that are already available. So let's suppose we need a brick texture. So we will click on this. So you can select the brick type or color from this wide range. So once you selected it, like let's suppose we need something like this or probably this, so you will just drag it in this window. Once it is dragged, so it is added in your material list. So now you can add it anywhere you want in your scene. So let's suppose I want to add it on this wall or probably on this building. So I am just selecting the parts or the wall part of this building. If your model is already in layer, so you can select it from directly from your layers also. So I have selected almost all the parts of it which are visible, and then I will go to my asset editor and I will click on apply material to selection. So once the material has been applied, so I will click on the rendered button. So you can see, so the scale of the brick is not similar at every point, as I can see in the front elevation. So if I go to my rendered mode, so you can see the scale which is going to be here and the scale which is going to be here, it might not be same as this scale, because this is the stretch image of the same bricks. So for making the same kind of texture at every point, so what we need to do is we do the texture mapping of our brick walls. So how we do it, we will go to the properties and there is an option here, texture mapping, which is the third option. So click on that and then go to box mapping. So once you click on the box mapping, so it will ask you to make a box. So now we need to make a box. So for making a box, what we need to do is we need to understand the texture mapping which is given here in front of the material. Right now the texture mapping of this bricks is 1 meter. So what we will do is we will make the box of 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So it will set the texture size of the brick according to that. Now what is the meaning of this 1 meter? So whatever image that has been used here, so the depiction is the size or the proportion of this image is, if you take 1 meter height, if you take 1 meter width, and if you take 1 meter depth, so it will considered as the proportions of this image. So then you will get the right texture or the right proportions of your brick. Otherwise you will not get the right proportions of your brick. So this is the meaning of this 1 meter. So once you set it, again you will go to your rendered view. So this is all what we have set till now. So now after that we will set our this footpath or probably the pavers material. So I have already added this pavers material here, so which is this one, the tiles D 90 centimeter. So how you have to apply it, you will just select it and again yeah. So basically this is my tile, and then I will click on right click, apply material to selection. So it is applied now, and now I need to make the proportions of it. So for making that, again I have to do my texture mapping, and then this time I will make the box of 0.9 by 0.9 by 0.9, because we have the texture mapping which is mentioned here is 90 centimeter. So according to that you will set your other materials also, like this is the road and this is the pavers and this is brick and this is concrete. Now the important material which we need to set is glass. So how to set it? So you will go to the glass option. Here you will have a lot of type of glass. If you want a little tinted glass, so you have tinted glass black also. So if you want a normal crystal glass or probably the normal glass windows, it is there, glass window neutral, or probably any other kind of neutral category. So just drag it here, and then I have already dragged it, so just select it whichever you want, and then let's suppose I want this one, so I will select the glasses which are there. So this way I will select my all the glasses. So I will click on this option, apply material to selection. So as you can see, there is no texture mapping mentioned in front of the glass material. So that means it doesn't have any kind of texture mapping. So I will again go to my R1. So now I will render it. So click on the render button again. So it will render for you. This is how you will get your materials here. This is your glass, so this is your concrete, and this is your brick, and this is your pavers, and this is road, and so on. So likewise we have set the materials. Now what the next step is, that probably we need a little sky background which needs to be little in a different kind of form or little attractive texture. So what we need to do is we need to add our dome light. So now I will tell you that the file first that we are going to use in dome light. So it's a HDRI image, so you can download more HDRI images from net. These are the background skies that we are using right now. So I have one of the file. So this is the file. So I will just drag it and I will show it in your Photoshop that what exactly it is. This is the file. So this is very high resolution image, so you can see it is starting from this part. So if you want a cloudy background, so you have this kind of background. If you want a little sunny background, so you can take this one, and if you want just blue color, so you can take this one also. So it has all kind of variations of the different kind of skies, so you can use it, but how to use it I will mention you here. So first you will go to the Rhino, and then you will go to the plan, and here in the light option you will click on the dome light option. So just click it. So it will ask you to add that file. So just go to the location where you have placed that file. So it will add the file to that location. So now coming back from this, so here when you click on the light, so you will have the option for your dome light. So right now this is our dome light, which is looking like this. So as you can see right now the intensity is very less, so we can change the intensity. I am just making the intensity around 80, and there are many other options here, like if you want to change the background into something else, so just lower the intensity first, and let's suppose you don't want the sky, so you can change your image. So here you can change the texture placement at the bottom of it. So here you can rotate your image horizontally, not vertically. Like if I rotate it 90 degrees, so you can see it will change my background. So if I change it to 120, it will again change my background. So in this way you can change your location. Or the other method is that you directly change your image by rotating your dome light. You can rotate it like this, and it will change the background as per your need. So now when I click on this render button, so you will see it will give a different kind of sky at the back. this will be the output that we are getting right now. So we have applied the basic materials to this file, like the background sky and the basic brick texture, the basic concrete and glass and so on. So after setting all these things, so you can go further where you can set like the green grass also. So how to set the green grass? So this is the green part that we have. So here you just go to the grass or probably the ground layer or the group. So here you have a lot of different kind of grass textures that you can use them. So you just select one of that and then directly drag it to your material editor and then right click and apply material to selection. So in case of grass, so you will have some kind of texture mapping to it. So right now this is my material and it has like 200 centimeter texture mapping. So I'm setting it again. So first I have added the fur also to this material, so I am just making that off. So now I will directly go to my material editor and I will use this grass pattern, right click, apply material to selection. So once you do it, it will apply to your grass part and then you will go to texture mapping and click on this box mapping option. So after that you are supposed to make a box of 2 meter by 2 meter by 2 meter. Click on the yes button, so it will apply the grass material to this part. So now after that you can set the render angle whatever you want and get the render. Click on the render button again. So in this way you can set your grass and other textures. So this is for the first class. See you in the next class.